let's talk about side hustles that might have worked out for you, but not for me. And I want to share why that is and what I've learned from them. So stay tuned and stay till the end because I'm going to relive what I did right after this side hustle. The side hustle I want to talk about today is answering on what's that called when you have like customers and companies ask for your opinion. That's what I did. So I did uh I think it was an app I saw on YouTube or some kind of, I don't know, company. Whenever you go on a company's website, they tell you they pay you for your opinion, right? So back then, I was desperate enough to try that. And if you ever saw that advertisement, kinda, and you're like interested in, I tell you from my perspective, this is uh, not the greatest way. So what usually happens is you go on those websites, they tell you they pay you this much. It's always like for each answer a couple cents or pennies. It's like it's not a lot, yeah, but they make you feel like, hey, if you answer enough questions a day, it adds up and you have a stable income next to whatever. So I was like, okay, I want to give it a try. Why not? And yeah, I can tell you, I am. First of all, I'm not someone who loves to stay on the phone all day long, and I have kids. I'm a teacher. I'm teaching also that too much like phone and stuff like that consumption of media is probably not the best thing that you can do with your brain or your kids' brains. So staying on your phone all day long, answering some companies any questions. It was awful. It was awful, people. It took me so long. Uh, every day, a certain amount of time of my free time, and I think I did it for not even 2 months. And the first 3 4 weeks I was really consistent. I was really like into it. I tried to get uh, all the questions that I can in a day. Sometimes they're bundled, like 20 questions, and then when they're finished, the topic is finished, and then you can make a break or whatever, come back later, and then make another 20 questions. So it's like a little bit. It's not like 50, 100 questions in one row, and then you're finished with that one section. No, that would be like crazy. But that's how it went, and so I did a couple of them. Long story short, and it felt really long. This was probably the longest side hustle felt to me that I ever had. Like, it was really unnecessarily long. I think I made a couple dollars altogether, for sure under $30 for I don't know how many hours. Like, if you count together how many hours you're sitting on the phone for that, and how much you get, I think the hourly payment is less than $2. Who would work for $2 an hour nowadays? No, I stopped that. And I don't know, there are a couple videos out there where YouTubers, other people, uh, make a before and after, or like almost like a show, come back to the camera and whatever, and then it's so super engaging and it's so cool, and I love how they do it, but it's not my style. So I'm just raw talking about how that was for me. And if you're asking yourself what kind of topics they were, that was very, very different. That depends very on the company. I have the feeling like the one that I used, and please don't ask me for the name because I don't know. There are so many out there. So if you want to try it out, if you want to find one of those companies, just Google it. There are tons of those. But there were different. Like some of those companies were more a little bit politic. Like, oh, you're a woman. How many hours do you think it's okay for to work, or how many years, or whatever? Things like almost like this kind of stuff. Then there were, what's your opinion on this and this kind of products? Like, I don't know, kitchen supplies, beauty supplies, whatever, things like that. Uh, the hard thing about the whole project, I want to say, was that even if I had side hustles before, like I mentioned that in the few other videos in the past, and if you watched them, then great to you, because they were probably not easy to watch because they're not typically YouTube stylish with scripting out great videos, cutting whatever talent. They were like just raw like this here. But if you watch them, I did try dropshipping, which is like selling things online, to having my own online store where I sell things that my sister crafted, like jewelry kind of things, and both of those side hustles before took a long time, and I did both of them, each of them, a little bit more than a year. But those two I did whenever my kids were asleep, or the little one had a nap time. The older one did his homework and it went fine, right? You know what I mean? Like, it was not something that was in my daily routine and disturbing my family life. Now with this opinion kind of pages, paying you for my opinion, paying you for your opinion, me for my opinion, it was different. And that's where I started to realize that I have to give it up. Not because it didn't pay off anyway. After a month I saw that, and I still tried 2 more weeks, even more intense then, because I was like, okay, maybe I try it harder. But I stopped that because I felt that it was really, really disturbing my family's life. I could have done it just in the evenings, which I often did, right? When the kids were sleeping. But often enough, because they're just 20 questions, 20 minutes, do it now kind of stuff, I was like, you know how it is. You're cooking something, the soup is still boiling, you're waiting anyway. Oh, what else? You just take your phone and do 20 of those questions because it's next to whatever. But then during those 20 questions, and you're super concentrated on that phone, my kids came up, they asked me something, whatever, and I was like, wait, give me 5 more minutes. And that happened a couple times, and I was like, this is not how I'm teaching my kids to talk with me, and I don't want to be that kind of mom teaching them that that's okay to talk with them. You know what I mean? Like being on the phone, talking to them, not really giving them the attention that they deserve. So that was the moment where I'm like, this has to stop. And I did stop that, and I would have been happier if I would have stopped it even earlier, like just give it a try for 1 month. But whatever, like I tried it, and next time I'm going to tell you a side hustle that took me almost also a year, and I'm still hoping for having success there, but that's for another video. And for this video, if you're still here, congratulations. Thank you so much for listening to me, the random person here on YouTube. And yeah, please tell me if you ever had experience with those kind of websites. Like, did you ever try it? Did it work out for you? Like, are there websites that are better than others and I just missed the good ones? I don't know, something like that. I'm very curious to read whatever you have to share. See you next time.